Hey, Shalom, Yisrael world, Brother Ezekiel,
Brother Chris.
and we're back at it again. I did say last video we would do a lesson called the Jeremiah 44 and 15 men, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wait until this one's over with. Okay, this lesson is gonna be called um, "The Laws Are Not Done Away With." Um, we know a lot of course, there's a lot of teachings on it already and things. I'm just doing this for the subscribers that's on my YouTube channel and stuff, and just to help out any beginners, that's finding out who they actually are and things like that. Um, this is just used for helping people, just to plant the seeds so they can start growing it and then planting other seeds and just keep on, flourishing like that and stuff. So, with that being said, the answer to this is no, the laws are not done away with. They never been done away with. They're not going to be done away with until um, the Hamashiach returns and things like that, who people call, to my Christian friends and things who watch this, Jesus Christ, okay? And until heaven and earth pass. But anyways, we have to show and prove that what you've been taught in churches and things and through Christianity ideology and things like that, they're teaching you through their theories. You have other nations trying to teach the Bible when it wasn't given to them. Okay, it was only given to a specific people, nation of people, which is the Israelites. So they should be the main ones teaching our own book. Okay, that's how you can have thorough understanding of it because we're the people, and we, this was given to us to show on to you, and for y'all who do believe in the Most High of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Hamashiach, Yeshaya, or Yeshua, or Yeshua, or Yahweh and to us who still say Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. This is what you do have to do. There's no turning back from it. There's no, you know, I'm a pick what I want to choose to follow. No, everything. There's no cherry picking with those laws. They're not done away with. Christ never done away with them. There are doctrines out there that are created to say that Christ changed some things. No, he didn't. He never changed anything. So he never did away with any of the laws or anything. Okay? Because obviously, if he did, then he's going against the will of the Father. And we know the Most High changed not. Okay? Same as he was back then, since the beginning of time. Well, there is no time with the Most High. But since our time started and things like that, he hasn't changed. Okay? Straightforward. All right? But we're going to go strictly into the scriptures to show and prove to you word for word what the Messiah said and will be in what the prophet says, because Christ even tells you to go back and learn of me. I was written in the law of Moses, I was written in the prophets and in the Psalms. Okay, so everything he's naming is in the laws. Okay, I've already done the law videos and things like that to newcomers. Watch those first. You guys are watching and stuff, and share these videos too. That's it's a good thing too. Just share them out there and stuff, because a lot of people are still confused out there because they're following doctrines, which is religions, and certain Israelite groups who are creating new doctrines and things like that and changing the laws and stuff. You can't do that. Okay, so like I said, this is strictly out of the book. This is not my opinion. This is not how I feel. This is not my private interpretation. We're giving you strictly what the book says. That's it. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with what the Messiah said to do. Okay? Since a lot of people start in the New Testament, they don't know the Old and stuff. I'm going to start in the New, and then I'm going to go deep into the Old to show and prove, to pinpoint everything what Christ was saying. Okay? So we're going to start in Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. And this is Christ speaking, okay? This is his own word. So if you guys got the Bible, you know it's in red. That's how you know he's speaking. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
So Christ said, don't even put it in your mind. Don't even think that they're destroyed or done away with. That's not what he came to do. He came to fulfill it. When he says fulfill, he's speaking of how to show and prove in the flesh that if he can do it, so can you. It's not hard. And don't say, well, there's 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. You can't keep all of them and stuff. That's crazy. You can't keep those, but you could keep over the 17,000 some odd laws here in the United States. I don't get that. And honestly, in comparison of these laws, they're like not running a red light. Slow down when it's yellow. Go when it's green. Okay? Literally, that's how easy these laws are. We only make it hard because, once again, I said this a billion times, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. You don't want to try it. You don't want to work towards it. It's not going to be easy for you. Okay? You make up excuses to not do it. Like, God just loves me the way that I am, and this is how it is. Wrong. Don't do that. Don't settle for that. I'm telling you, you don't want to have that on your conscience, dude. But anyways, go ahead, Ella.
Verse 18. For verily I say till heaven and earth pass, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
See that? Until heaven and earth pass. You're still walking on planet Earth. It hasn't passed away yet. The sky, which we believe is heaven, is still there. It hasn't passed away yet. So everything has not been fulfilled. Okay? What Christ accomplished, what he fulfilled, was the task that was set at hand when the Most High brought him in and born him into this world. He knew what he had to do, just like you have a task to do. Okay? You go to work and stuff. You have X amount of time to get this stuff done, 8 hours. Okay? You don't get it done, depending on your boss and things like that, you have until the next day. Or I shouldn't even say that. School. You go to school and stuff, you got a quiz or you have a test you got to take. If you don't prep yourself for that test and things, when test time comes, you're sitting there stuck on one question and you only have an hour to get this test done before you have to leave and go to the next class. So next thing you know, you're sitting there like, hey, what's that? Hey, what's the answer for A?
That's cheating.
See? It's the same thing. You're going to be like, according to the scriptures, a parable of the 10 wives going to meet one husband. 5 of them didn't have no oil for their lamps. And they're like, can we borrow some oil from me? Nah, should have prepped yourself. Okay? So it's the same thing. This is the task that was set out, and he fulfilled it. So you got to do the same thing too. Okay? But go ahead, Ella.
Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
See, if whosoever shall break one of these least commandments and teach men so, his name should be called least in the kingdom of heaven. So you don't want to teach these laws and things and everything. Your name is not even going to be mentioned, really. Okay, you're going to be the least amount of the people who should have been, you should have been doing these things. But it says you don't want to teach it, and shame on you. But go ahead.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
But whosoever shall do and teach, his name should be called great in the kingdom of heaven. I don't know about y'all. I want my name to be called great, okay? Amongst the Most High, the Hamashiach, the Ruach Kodesh, which is the Holy Spirit, and our ancestors too, and then billion other souls and things that, people of all nations and tongues, like, yo, I remember him. I remember Ezekiel. He brought that word. He got me stuff like that, man. Think about that. Those are your rewards and stuff. Okay? Well, go ahead.
Verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
See that? So your righteousness needs to exceed the scribes and Pharisees. Why? Because the scribes and Pharisees, they had all these laws and they were cherry picking, twisting doctrines, adding on and taking away from the laws itself and things to keep the people blind, deaf, and dumb in control. For that spirit of power. That's what they want. Greed. Spirit of greed and things. They don't want nobody else going to anybody else, learning from nobody else. It had to be them. And that's exactly what happens today amongst the religions. Excuse me. All these religions out here, even the camps and things, like you can't be told nothing. No, my pastor said this. No, my elder said that. Bishop Don Juan said this. But it's just this is how it goes. Those are the modern day Pharisees, and the crazy part is a lot of you people, you idolize them, and you don't even know you're idolizing them. Literally, you guys are not. Y'all putting him before the Most High. Whatever that man says means his word is way more justified than the Most High himself, the one that created him and put him in your path to sit here to test you, see if he's telling the truth, or she, So you guys really you gotta stick to this word. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta read for yourself. But this is what you have to exceed these Pharisees, these modern day Pharisees who call themselves different titles and stuff. Same thing with our enemies done. They changed their names. Same thing with these so-called Pharisees today have done. They changed their name. Now they're called deacon, bishop, pastor, elder, preacher, father, priest, all these different names. Okay? You got to come out of that. You guys, you have no excuse this time. You got the book yourself. You don't have to go to some synagogue or some church to sit there and listen and for them to tell you the word, because you don't have the scrolls. You got the scrolls right here, 24/7. You just reject not to open it because you're being lazy. Okay? But anyways, let's get some more stuff what the Messiah said. Let's go to John 5. Yeah, John 5 and verse 45. And I know I said this in the introduction of the law, statute, and commandments, but this is going back into it, and then I'm pulling out how important it is to keep these laws, and they're never done away with. Okay?
John?
Yes, sir. John 5 and verse 45.
Chapter 5 and verse 45.
Go ahead.
Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is none that accuses you, even Moses, in whom you trust.
So Christ said, don't even think I'm going to accuse you to the Father. I got others who's going to accuse you. Okay? So that's why he said Moses, in whom you trust. They're going to accuse you. I ain't got to do a thing, because guess what? They under me, meaning they're under the Messiah, because those is his, in a sense, those are his angels, if you want to say. Those are his servants, okay? Just like Christ is a servant of the Most High. We all servants of the Most High, but there's orders of things, okay? Just like the natural order. The head of Christ is who? The Father. The head of man is who? Christ. And the head of women is the man. So it's that order. So every man that believes in the Most High and following his law, statute, and commandments, guess what? You under the authority of Hamashiach Yeshaya, or who you call Yahushai or Yeshua, or like I said, Jesus Christ. So some of y'all still using that name, okay? But go ahead.
Verse 46. For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me.
So if you believe in Moses, okay, which a lot of y'all don't even believe in Moses, because why? You don't read the other half of the book. So you don't even believe in Moses, but you believe in Christ. How can you? That's backwards. You can't do that. Okay? That's why you have the first part of the book, which they claim is called Old New Testament. There was no such thing as Old New Testament. It's one book. The word Bible in Greek means biblios. It means a compound of books, or compiled of books put together, or whatever. Okay, I'm probably murdering that wrong. But anyways, you catch the drift what I'm saying. But you have to read the first part of the book to understand anything Christ says. Okay, but go ahead.
You would have believed me, for he wrote of me. Verse 46. Verse 46, I'm going to read it again.
Yeah.
For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if ye believe not his writing, how shall ye believe my words?
So if you don't even believe in the Old Testament, how in the heck can you believe anything Christ saying? He's saying this himself. I didn't put this in his book. That's the Messiah saying that himself, who you call Jesus Christ. He said it himself. How can you believe anything in the New Testament that what I have written of and spoke of if you haven't even read and believed in Moses or the other prophets
Right.
from Joshua the Maccabees? I didn't say that. So how is the laws done away with when he's telling you to go back there to understand him, to read about him? But let's get some more. Let's go to Luke 24 and let's get verse 24. 24. You know what? Let's start. Okay, we're in Luke 24, and let's start at verse 14. Now, this is after Christ already risen up when the Father risen him up from the dead, and he appeared unto the disciples and the women and things. Okay, so let's see what Christ says here. Now, this is going to be a little lengthy, but you're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna prove a point here. So, just to show and prove, well, let's just get it. Go ahead, Ella.
Book of Luke, chapter 24, verse 14. And they talked together of all these things which had happened. And it came to pass that while they communed together and reasoned, Yeshua himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were holden that they should not know him. And he said unto them, What manner of communications are these that ye have one to another as ye walk and are sad?
You see this right here? They didn't even know that was Christ that was standing right there next to them. Out of all this time he was standing dealing with them before the time he was crucified and stuff, they didn't even know him. So this is why in Hebrews 13:1 it tells you to be careful of who, or 13:2, where it talks about, being careful who you entertain, because they may be, you entertaining strangers, that they may be angels that you're not. Let's just get it. I'm murdering it. Yeah, hold that real quick. Let's just get Hebrew. I'm sorry. Becoming a babbling buffoon. Let's just get it. Hebrews 13:2.
Book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 2. And it says, Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
See? So, you got the actual king. You got the Messiah standing right there. You don't even know that he's standing there. Because a lot of you guys, like I said, you'll be going so far off in the scripture saying, oh, the Bible don't say this, or the Bible is this, it says that, it says this. No, we don't have to keep the laws and all this and that and the other. And you teaching people not to keep the laws and stuff, and you can continue eating pork, shrimp, lobster, crab, all that stuff, and not even knowing amongst your congregation, whether it's camps or in Christianity and stuff, you're not knowing amongst those people, that congregation, that there's angels right there jotting down everything you're saying. You don't even take that into consideration of what you're doing and stuff, because you're so pumped up off the people, because they pedestaled you. They're treating you as God. See that? You became high-minded. And this is exactly what's going on in the world today. Okay? But let's go back to Luke.
Luke 24th chapter, verse 18. And one of them then, whose name was Cleophas, answering Cleophas.
Oh, okay, either way.
Cleophas.
Okay.
Answering said unto him, Art thou only a stranger in Jerusalem, and hast not known the things which are come to pass there in these days? And he said unto them, What things? And they answered, and they said to him, Concerning of Nazareth, which was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and all the people, and how the chief priests and our rulers delivered him to be condemned to death and have crucified him. Verse 21. But we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel. And besides all this, today is the third day since these things were done. Yea, and certain women also of our company made us astonished, which were early at the sepulchre.
Mm-hmm.
And when they found not his body, they came saying that they had also seen a vision of angels, which said that he was alive. And certain of them which were with us went to the sepulchre and found it even so as the woman had said, but him they saw not. Then he said unto them, O fools, how slow to heart to believe all the things that the prophets have spoken.
All the things of what the prophets have spoken. So it's letting you know, Christ, once again, even after he risen up from the dead, he's letting them know, oh fools, you don't even believe in what the prophets have spoken of me, even when I was with you and things. Everything that they taught you guys, you still don't believe. And you still going to follow those man-made doctrines. The Pharisees, scribes, Sadducees, so forth and so on. Same thing is happening today. But you rather not listen to what the word actually says and read it for yourself. This is where you're going to fall at. But go ahead.
Verse 26. Ought not Christ to have suffered these things and to enter into his glory? And beginning at Moses and all the prophets, he expounded unto them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself.
Wait a second. So the whole time while he was alive with them, before the crucifixion, he was teaching them the law, statute, and commandments. How to turn back onto the Father. Like he told, what's his name, one of the Pharisees, oh, good master, what good thing must I do to keep to gain eternal life? He said, why callest thou me good? There is only one good, that is the Most High. But if thou want life, keep the commandments, right? So he's teaching all this stuff. So now even after the fact, they didn't even know it was him. He started expounding again on the laws of Moses, on the prophets, and in the Psalms again, concerning himself. But keep reading, Noah.
Verse 28. And they drew nigh unto the village, whither they went, and he made as though he would have gone further. But they constrained him, saying, Abide with us, for it is towards evening, and the day is far spent. And he went in to tarry with them. And it came to pass, as he sat at meat with them, he took bread and blessed it and brake and gave to them. And their eyes were open, and they knew him, and he vanished out of their sight.
So even after all this stuff again, of him even expounded twice how you must keep the law, statute, and commandments concerning him, they still didn't know who he was. They still didn't know. Until he finally took some bread, broke it, and blessed it, and gave it to them. Then they realized it was him.
Too late.
Yo, that should tell. These are warning signs telling you that time that Christ comes and you say, oh, this is the Messiah. I'm saved. I'm saved. Nah, that's too late. You ain't getting that bread. You ain't getting that everlasting water that shall quench your thirst for all eternity and things like that. Your name ain't getting written in the book of life. It's too late. And this is what we're trying to warn you to come up out of and things before that time even happens. Before that time comes. You don't know. It could be seconds from now. It could be days from now. It could be weeks, months, years. Who knows? Like he says, he's going to come like a thief in the night. He don't even know when he's coming back. Only the Father knows. Okay? You don't want to be caught up like that. All right? But let's jump to verse 44.
Luke 24th chapter and verse 44.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to them, These are the words which I spake unto you, while I was yet with you, And all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the laws of law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures. And
Wow. That's it on that.
Okay.
So he went through all the 3 places he told you again, the laws of Moses. Why didn't he say start in Psalms? Why didn't he say start in the prophets? Why didn't he say start in the New Testament? He told you to start where? In the law of Moses first. Because that's the cornerstone. That's the root right there. He's going to be the base, and you're going to be the branches that, that yield the fruit and stuff. Or you're going to be, the tear, or, whatever, however you want to, parable it. Okay. Yo, he's telling you all these places you need to go. But still, you guys don't read for yourself. You rather listen to what your elders, your deacons, bishops, and preachers say. Or your religions. Same thing with some of my Muslim friends. You guys don't read your own book. You guys just sit there in the mosque and sit there, do your prayers and stuff, and listen to your imams and deans, and you guys don't read the Quran for yourself. This is the problem. And the scriptures tell you, curse be the man that put his trust in man and make his own flesh. So I don't put my trust in nobody. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the word. All right? Or I should say, when it says trust, it's talking about laying up your own salvation in somebody else's hands. Don't do that when it comes to this. Okay? Let's go to let's go to Paul's writings real quick.
Okay.
Romans 2:12. And then we're going to jump into all the places that Christ said to go to read concerning him.
The book of Romans, chapter 2 and verse 12.
Actually, start at verse 11.
The book of Romans, chapter 2 and verse 11. For there is no respecter of person with the Most High. For as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law.
So everybody that sins without laws, who say they don't know what the laws are, I don't need to know and stuff, and things like that, I'm saved under the blood of Jesus and that's it. Guess what? You in trouble. Plain and simple. You think you got it sweet and stuff because they've taught you, they bewitched you and taught you a spell over you and got a spell over you, thinking that, oh no, all I had to do was just believe that Jesus is the Son of the true and living God, that he's God himself, and I'm baptized in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and I'm protected by the blood. So I'm free from all sin. I can eat whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. Really? So you're free from sin, right? So, okay, I tell you what. So it's okay for me to go sleep with your wife. And you can't say nothing about it. You can't get an attitude, no nothing, right? I guess that's okay. I guess it's okay for me to steal everything in your house and do all the things. I guess it's okay for me to be a faggot or a gay, a lesbian, okay, and go out here and do this. I guess it's okay for me to go have sex with animals and things. I guess it's okay for me to what's all the other capital serve other gods and worship different idols and things like that. I guess it's okay because I'm free from the law. It got no effect on me. So that's the way you guys are thinking, or you've been taught to think. All right. So I'm here trying to undo that. All right. But go ahead, El.
And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law.
So brothers who do know the law and who's keeping it, if you breaking certain laws and stuff, you will get chastised for it. Okay? And sometimes, and depending on which law you broke, because there's capital laws, which means death. Okay? Not just commandments, but other laws that you can get stoned for. Okay? Like incest. That's not part of the commandments. But you having sex with your own mom, dad, and brothers and sisters and things, you get put to death. Okay? There's plenty other little things too. I'll go through the all the laws that's concerning death and things like that for another lesson. But anyways, I think you're catching my drift. But anywho, continue.
Verse 13. For not the hearers of the law are just before the Most High, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
See, not just the hearers of the law. I'm not sitting there, Israelites who's all in certain congregations and stuff. You can't just sit there and just listen. That's right. My elder told me this. This what it means and things. Oh, so now you brought Christianity back with you, not being a conscious, so-called conscious Israelite. Really? Because that's what you guys are doing out there, and I know y'all. I've spoken this in many videos. I laid up a little bit on y'all, but man, still, it's non-stop because I hear this in my ears and I get asked these same questions because they're listening to what you guys are saying and not what the book says. They believe something is there, which really isn't there. That's what you done to them. And then it aggravates me when I have to sit here and undo what you did. I don't have a problem doing it because that's my job. I have to do those things. But stop making my job a lot harder. And other brothers out here jobs a lot harder. And the Most High's job a lot harder. And Yeshua's job a lot harder. And the Ruach Kodesh job a lot harder. Stop doing that. Speak the truth. If they don't like it, tough. It ain't for them. Let them move around. Kick rocks. But once again, but the doers of the law, those that do the law, you shall be justified by the Most High, which is being righteous. Okay? Alright, so now I went through, I did the Messiah. I mean, there's many other verses and stuff, you guys, I'm not catching everything. I'm not putting everything together and stuff. I'm leaving room for other brothers. If you see this video, take the notes, whatever, make it into your own lesson and teaching and stuff. Add stuff on that I didn't put in here and things. So Most High can, make you look good, for what it says, Matthew 5:16. Let your light so shine before men to know your good works, to glorify your Father which is in heaven. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do. Nobody here is following me. Elder going on his own stuff. He does his own lessons on his own time and stuff and things like that. Other elder here, they do their own thing and stuff. We just come together to share, to help out each other, and strengthen and sharpen each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the king here. Elder ain't the king here. Elder over here ain't the king. Nobody is, man. The only king we got is the Most High. So, that's what we're trying to do. So, get everybody back on the same track with the Most High. So now, you know what? Let's start. We'll start in. Let's start in Moses. Let's start with Moses because he said go there first. So we're gonna go to Moses. So let's see how good these laws, the statutes, and commandments are. Oh, I'm flipping the wrong book. Let's go to Deuteronomy 4. And we'll start at verse. Let's just start at verse 1.
Start at verse 1?
Yeah, and we'll read down to verse 9.
Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, verse 1. Now therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Most High of your fathers give to you.
See that? Real simple. So you can live. That's the key word. Live. Those laws, statutes, and commandments is what gives you life. Okay? It keeps you away from any harm. It keeps you away from temptations of the flesh. It keeps you away from a lot of stuff. Okay? That's the Most High protecting you because that's his word that he gave as a covenant. That's insurance. Okay? I believe you, Most High. You say you're going to do this and do that. You're giving me what my heart desires. If I keep your word and I do this, I know for a fact that you'll have my back for whatever. And guess what? He does. I've experienced it many times, many times. That's just my own testimony. You'll see it yourself if you just give him a try, for those who don't believe, or for those who don't know how to believe, because you're still underneath a certain man or woman. Okay? So just listen to what the word says. Go ahead, Elder.
Verse 2. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Most High, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, the Most High thy God had destroyed them from among you.
And guess what? A lot of y'all are following one of these names, Baal Peor, today. A lot of y'all following him. Or it. Y'all following it. Okay? This is what we're trying to show you. They change. Shaitan changes his names numerous times. Okay? He has the okay from the Most High to do these things. Guess what? He's fulfilled. Listen, his little dwelling place, or whatever, some believe, some may not believe, his dwelling place is Hades, or hell if you want to call it. But guess what? Your torment is going to be underneath him. He's going to be at his ease. Okay? But he's doing exactly what the Most High told him what to do. Period. Okay? Like the Most High said, I created good and I also created evil. Okay? Because he made evil for the wicked in their day of judgment, or in their day of, transgressing and things like that. So this is his task, what he needs to do. He's just doing what the Most High told him to do. So, this is what he's being commanded. But as you see, if you follow Baal Peor or any other so-called, anything else other than the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you ain't, you 2/3, okay? But go ahead.
Verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Most High your God are alive, every one of you, this day.
But y'all that did cleave on the Most High, y'all are alive as of this day. Okay? So, cleave on to the Most High. Don't cleave on to man.
Don't do it. Wouldn't recommend it.
Do not make this your strength. Okay? This, your flesh, don't make that your strength. This is not going to save you. It's the Most High that will save you. Turn back onto him. Okay? But go ahead, Ella.
Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High my God commanded me, that you should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
This is your wisdom and your understanding. You don't need nothing else. This is your wisdom and your understanding. I'm telling you. Yo, you talk about getting some wisdom. You want some level of wisdom like Solomon and Yeshaya? Yo, just turn back to the Abba and stop reading all the other books and things. Stay with the word and meditate on it. Guarantee you, whatever you ask for, he will give it to you. And in Psalms, it backs it up. He says, I give you whatever your heart desired if you just follow what I'm doing. So whatever it is, okay, no matter what it is, except for, nothing that's going to, contradict his word, his law, statute, commandments. Let me back that up for a second.
Gotta be in line.
So, but go ahead, Heather.
Second part of verse 6. Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
All these other nations going to say that surely these are wise and understanding people. It's already been said this as we speak right now. They love us. They want to be like us. They see we come up with the best inventions we ain't get no credit for because everybody's stealing. And let me say this real quick. So you brothers and sisters out there, you guys have your dancing and stuff that you put on YouTube and all this stuff, all the talents you guys got. Stop showcasing it. Make them pay you to showcase that. Because what they're doing, they're learning from you, and then they master what you naturally have as a blessing and a gift from the Most High. They use it exploit it to the full extent, spoil it, and they use it and make money. While you just sit there and say, well, I'm the one that started it. Yeah, but you ain't getting paid for it. So you rather just say I'm the originator instead of saying I'm the originator and getting paid for it? Come on, man. That's why, you gotta learn how to keep your mouth shut and shield off your abilities and stuff. You gotta be careful, But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 7. For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Most High our God is in all things that we have called upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day?
Mind you, and he's speaking to Israel plus the mixed multitude that's there. All these other nations are looking like, dang, these are really some special people. So look what happened. Somebody studied us after they ransacked through everything, took our scrolls, everything, sacked the city and stuff. So they was like, well, shoot, we want to get some blessings. Look, hey, we just got to start doing what he asked us to do. Look what they doing. To a certain extent, they're in our land. They're trying to keep specific laws and things like that. They trying to do our feast days and stuff. So that should go credit to something for them. So obviously they're getting blessed because they're on top right now. So it's like, hey, they know. Like I said, stop showcasing everything. Okay, turn back to the Most High and stuff. And if you're gonna showcase something, get paid for it. And this is I'm gonna do a lesson on that. But until when I get 100, when I'm saying this, I'm getting 100 subscribers and stuff, I will do a live lesson, but I will charge for that because really, actually, you know what? No, I wouldn't. The reason why I'm saying this real quick is because there's economics that need to be taught in Israel. That's one downfall we got that our people don't have. We don't know how to deal with money correctly. We don't know how to structure and things like that. But there's something that I got together, I put together and things. I just really never spoke it out. I only kept it between, the individuals that I'm involved with and things like that because everybody doesn't need to know. Okay? And people who formed, like, for instance, Gaddafi. He was about to unite the whole country of Africa, and that was going to throw the dollar and a lot of other things and stuff. And a lot of European countries and things. The euro, the franc, the pound, the dollar, If he would have did what he did and things, they would have been out of power real quick. And what happened was he showcased it too hard. And, when to brothers on here, well, that wasn't in the Most High's plan. Of course not. But I'm just saying, he showcased it because he ran his mouth about it. And he didn't have trustworthy individuals around him to get this started. So you basically need to be quiet. Okay? So, like I said, you got a lot of so-called fake-alites out there who claim to be you, but they snakes, they undercover snakes and stuff, agents, things like that. Gotta watch out. But anywho, let's continue.
Verse 9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forgettest the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest thou depart from thine heart all the ways of thy life, but teach them to thy sons and thy sons' sons.
See that? Teach them to thy sons and thy sons' sons. Stay diligent with it. According to yourself. Stay self. Work on self. Reflect yourself with the Most High, which is the way you do is through His Word. You do that, then you'll be all good. Guarantee you, He's not going to let anything happen to you. Okay? Now, if you die of old age, just because you're old. That was already set. He didn't go back on His word. Some people say, see, there's a contradiction. I was keeping the laws, but I had to die and stuff. That's not right. That's not true. He already said that commandment in the beginning when Adam and Eve ate from the tree, the forbidden fruit. And he said, now you should know what death is and stuff and things like that. And now your days started counting down. Now you have to go hunt. You got to go clothe yourself. All this and that and the other. Okay, because they didn't want to follow the commandment. But once again, we're in Moses. We're dealing with where Christ said to go. I'm gonna go to two other places with Moses, and then I'm gonna go into the prophets. Let's go to, of course, Deuteronomy 28:1. We'll get that real quick. 1 through 14. Because anybody can read the rest of this. Obviously, a lot of y'all living it because y'all got curses all up on you and things, and you don't want to get them off you. You love getting whipped. So, because you refuse not to, you think that you basically got a reprobated mind, and you're so immune to the pain that the Most High is bringing on you because you're not keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments, and you don't want to turn back to Him. So, but go ahead, Elder.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, chapter verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently to the voice of the Most High thy God, to observe and do all His commandments which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and when thou goest out. The Most High shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. The Most High shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto. And He shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God has given thee. The Most High shall establish thee as an holy people unto Himself, as He has sworn unto thee, that thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High thy God, and walk in His ways. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Most High, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Most High shall make thee plenteous in goods, in fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Most High sware unto thy fathers to give thee. And the Most High shall open unto thee His good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the works of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. And the Most High shall make thee the head, and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if thou hearken unto the commandments of the Most High thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left.
But my preacher said this.
Thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. That's verse 14.
So you mean to tell me that you don't want to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and receive all these things? To be called holy? To be placed above all other nations? To make money off all these other nations? To get never to be the tail no more? And to become the head and to receive all these plentiful things and stuff? You mean to tell me you don't want none of that stuff? Oh, I get it. You satisfied for your 9-to-5 jobs. You satisfied with $10 wages, $8 wages and stuff. You satisfied eating fast food on a regular basis and stuff. You satisfied with GMO foods and things. You satisfied with polluted water, polluted air. You satisfied being in messed up ghettos and neighborhoods and things. You satisfied being amongst criminals and and racist individuals and other nations that don't even like you. You satisfied for having them open up their business in the land and in the neighborhood where your ancestors built up this place, dying from being slaves and stuff. You satisfied with that. You satisfied having a racist individual or another nation above you and over you, watching you, trying to watch you 24/7. You satisfied that you have to get permission to do whatever you want in this country or around the world. You satisfied to having to work for other nations than to have your own business and have them buying from you. You satisfied constantly spending your money getting their automobiles, their clothes, the fabrics, the food, the water, all these things. You satisfied with that and you settled for that. Me, I'm not satisfied with that. That's why I'm on my grind doing what I need to do for the Most High so I can get blessed with a lot of these things and move on up. You want to stay in captivity and stuff? That's you. Stay blind, deaf, and dumb and stay right where you at. And don't sit here and try to use the word, oh, you must be holier than thou, or have that attitude and stuff. You know what? Actually, if I'm doing what the Most High asked me to do, guess what? He made me righteous and made me holy to be called set apart from y'all. So in an instance, you're actually speaking the truth to me. You're just saying it in a certain way, a negative type of way, because you are pricked because things ain't happening for you. Because you don't want to put in that work and things towards the Most High and receive these things. You think it's supposed to just come just like that. Oh, because I read one script. Hallelujah, I'm done. That's what you do. That's what you guys are trained for. That's what you've been taught up for. You don't want to put in the work. It's too hard. I don't understand. Like, this is the most easiest job to do compared to what you're getting put through right now. Literally. All you got to do is live this way, change up your habits and stuff, and go speak this and teach others to do it. But you looking for money, you looking for payment, when it's gonna come to you in a way you never imagined. Or you're so blinded, you're so worried looking for money, material things. You're not looking at the fact that the expression on their face when you speak this truth to them, they light up. They get a smile. They jumping up for joy. They happy. That's the reward right there. That's treasure being put up in the heavens for you. Or in the kingdom, Most High willing, you make it in. And you talk about treasures now. We're talking about treasures that not going to rust. Garments that's not going to be, messed up and things. Catching no moths, eating it, and all this other stuff, But you looking for the here and now, right now. Well, let me tell you something. On this earth, he will reward you and he will bless you with all these physical things on the earth. If you just put forth the effort. That's all you got to do. And like I said, I don't know about y'all. I ain't settling for this. I want those blessings, period. It was given to a birthright since day one. And we just didn't know until it took me until I was 26 of finally actually learning who I actually am. And I'm blessed. I was happy as ever to know who I was. I was always searching and things. But I was just blessed the fact that I'm here now. I'm amongst other elders, men that's, twice my age and things, and everybody that's in my life and things, hey, that's a blessing right there. That's a good reward, So don't always look for that bigger things, don't always look for that. Just look for satisfying the Most High, and all these other things will come to you. Let's get, we got a couple minutes left. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32. Let's get it. Mm-hmm. 32. Yeah, 32 and verse 1 through verse 4.
Deuteronomy, 32nd chapter, verse 1. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as a small rain upon the tender herb, and as showers upon the grass. Because I will punish the name of the Most High.
Publish.
Excuse me. I will publish the name of the Most High. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God. He is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment. A God that of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he.
See? This doctrine, this is the doctrine that should be taught. Period. This law, statute, and commandments. It's his word, his blessings, and come on to the rain. I mean, as the rain onto the earth. Okay? Put it like this in this format. You guys are the grass or the flowers and stuff, and the Most High is the rain. We need that rain to survive. He's that sun. We need these things. But if we don't get it, we're going to shrivel up and die. We're going to be tossed. We're nothing but weeds. I don't want to be a weed. I want to be, and if you think this is soft or whatever. I'd rather be a nice, beautiful flower without thorns and things like that, okay? I want to be able to give life to little bumblebees who need some honey and things like that. I want to be that one to give that so they could give it on to their family and, the whole circle of life whole thing going. You know what I'm saying? But this is the same way as a man, as a human being. This is what we're supposed to do for our nation, our brethren and our sisters and the other nations as well that want to cleave on. Okay? You got to show them forth that you can speak life into these individuals because you are. You're dealing in the valley of dry bones and things. You see the walking dead and stuff. You got to breathe life into them. That's why you go on the highways and byways or houses, wherever you at, or just regular little conversations with people. Stop with all the dead talk. Start with the life talk. Start talking life into them. I know my words ain't really all that good. I really don't put them together that good, but still, you catch my drift. All right. So we done with Moses or Moshe. Real quick, let's go to Psalms. We're going to end this here with Psalms 119, and we're going to start at verse 142, and we're going to read this all the way through, and then we'll pick up on the second part. Let's see. Yep. Chapter 119 and verse 142. There we go.
Okay. Psalm chapter 119.
You know what? Start at start at verse 140.
140?
Yes.
Okay. Book of Psalm chapter 119, starting at verse 140. And he reads, Thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it. I am small and despised, yet do not I forget thy precepts.
Meaning laws. Okay? Go
Thy
ahead.
righteousness is as an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
And thy what?
And thy law is the truth.
And thy law is the truth. So why you listening to preachers and pastors and deacons and bishops and elders who's teaching you man-made doctrines? They ain't truth. There's a little truth to some of it, but on a large scale, it's a lie. It's to get them to be, for you guys to pedestal them. I keep telling you guys this. Read this book for yourself. It tells on them 24/7. Go ahead.
Verse 143. Trouble and anguish have taken hold on me, yet thy commandments are my delights.
Trouble and anguish have taken hold on me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yet thy commandments are my delight. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want trouble and things, or when it does come around, you stick to walking that path. You stick to walking those laws, statutes, and commandments. Because when you're walking and stuff, trouble ain't going to mess with you. I'm telling you, the most hoodest dude, or, most, what's the word I'm looking for? Most, I'll just say the most wickedest person in the world, they ain't gonna mess with you because they see that you're not dealing with that, okay? And the Most High is dealing with you, so it's not gonna happen. The commandments, it won't get you out of character when the tempters come. We want you to get to do that dirty dance with them and stuff, get them entangled so you get into some crap that you shouldn't be in, okay? But go ahead.
The righteousness of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live.
The righteousness of thy testimony is everlasting. So the testimony meaning the witnesses. Moses all the way to Christ and Paul, but all their testimony was right. It was speaking on the Most High the whole time. It was traveled through Christ and then the rest of the men that was on the earth before Christ came into the earth. But go ahead.
I cried with my whole heart. Hear me. O Lord, I will keep thy statutes. I cried unto thee, save me, and I shall keep thy testimonies. I prevented the dawning of the morning and cried. I hoped in thy word.
I'm sorry, Elder. I'm sorry. Can you read verse 146 again?
146. I cried unto thee, save me, and I shall keep thy testimonies.
So wait a second. I thought we were supposed to say Black Lives Matter.
They said, I cried unto thee, save me.
I thought we were supposed to have, where's these so-called leaders in the black conscious community that's supposed to save us and get the revolution started?
I cried unto thee, save me, and I shall keep thy testimonies.
You guys haven't even tried that yet. You rather turn to your oppressor than to the Most High. You haven't cried on to the Most High. And when y'all get in trouble, first thing y'all crying out to is either mom, dad, or somebody else asking to help you and stuff instead of saying the Most High, please help me. A lot of y'all do that. But go ahead.
Verse 147. I prevented the dawning of the morning and cried. I hoped in thy word.
I hoped in thy word. That's what you're supposed to do is hope. That's where your faith is in this word that's going to help protect you from all these things because the Most High said so. Go ahead.
148, verse 148. Mine eyes prevent the night watches that I might meditate in thy word. Hear my voice according unto thy loving kindness. O Lord, quicken me according to thy judgments. They draw nigh that followeth after mischief. They are far from thy law.
They are far from thy law. That's what you preachers, pastors, deacons, bishops, elders, that's what you guys do. You keep the people far from the law, and they keep moving themselves far from the law. They start saying the laws is wicked. They start believing what you say and start twisting the words even more and things to turn the people away from the laws. Okay? Go ahead.
Thou art near, O Lord, and all thy commandments are true.
Just the 10 commandments.
So all thy commandments are true.
No, just only the laws and not the 10 commandments.
So all of his commandments are true.
All his commandments are true. Point blank. So when I break down other stuff like polygyny and things like that, guess what? All of that's true. When I was teaching about the Gentiles and stuff, how you need to treat them as one was born onto you and things that want to cleave on the Most High, guess what? It was in his law, statute, commandments. All that was true. Period. I'm not trying to hear nobody else's stupid little doctrines and stuff. It's not happening. Nope. But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 152. Concerning thy testimonies, I have known of old that thou hast founded them forever. Consider mine affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law.
For I do not forget thy law. Oh, man, dude. For I do not forget thy law. Wait until this lesson is done with. I guarantee you won't never think about forgetting the laws or never want to say, oh, well, he said this ever again. Okay? Go ahead, Elder.
Verse 154. Plead my cause and deliver me. Quicken me according to thy word. Salvation is far from the wicked.
Wait, salvation is far from the wicked. So those that don't want to keep the law, statute, and commandments, and you think you saved and stuff, guess what? You ain't got no salvation. Period. You is not saved. You could clap and do as much as and roll the eyes in the back of your head and stuff and run up and down the aisles and things like that and make songs to the Most High and things and all this and that and the other. You ain't saved. It's far from you. Period. But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 156. Great are thy tender mercies, O Father, quicken me according to thy judgments. Many are my persecutors and mine enemies, yet do I not decline from thy testimony.
I do not decline from your witnesses. Period. And who's the witnesses before Christ? Moses, all the way through the prophets. And even before Moses. Those are witnesses. I will not turn away from those witnesses. Period. It's not happening. Nope. It's not happening. And yes, Yeshua HaMashiach in the New Testament is that witness too. I'm not turning from that neither. So it's not happening. Okay? Or who you call Jesus Christ. So anybody knows here, I'm not teaching some other name or doctrine and stuff. I know what the Hebrew says, so forth and so on. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 158. I beheld the transgressors and was grieved because they kept not thy word.
You know how, like I said, how irritating that is? And I get irritated because you guys just don't get it. You guys just don't want to wake up. You don't want to turn. You don't want to read for yourself. Nothing. You don't even want to be open-minded to nothing. Because you've been taught this. Don't be tossed to and fro from every wind of doctrine. That's what you did. And you got stuck like that because you listened to what that man said instead of reading this book for yourself. Mm-hmm. This is what's so aggravating. And it is grieving because, dang, I really want this brother to make it. I love, like my older brother. He ain't trying to listen to this. He's like, he an atheist and stuff. He don't believe in this stuff. He want to follow every other nation and stuff. He don't believe this. And it's just hurtful. There's brothers in the truth that's falling like crazy. And it's like trying to teach them and stuff or trying to give them some understanding. They won't listen. They just turn from all of it. And it's going to show and prove to you in the long run. It's going to be your own demise, man. You falling. But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 159. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O Father, according to thy loving kindness.
Consider how I love thy laws. When you read that word in Hebrew, precepts, it means laws. Quicken me, O Most High, according to thy loving kindness. Okay? Ask and please, turn me from any wickedness that I have in me that may not be deemed righteous in your eyes. Please turn me away from that as quick as possible. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to upset you, Abba. I don't want to upset my brother, the King, the Savior, Hamashiach, Yeshua. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do nothing to offend you. I want to be that loving son, that loving daughter. I want to be that servant. I want to be that obedient individual that you created me to be. That's what it's talking about, quickening yourself. Or having the Most High quicken you when you ask this through your prayers. But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 160. Thy word is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgments endureth forever. Wait a minute.
Read that again, Elder.
Thy word is true from the beginning.
Thy word is true since the beginning. Okay? Go ahead.
And every one of thy righteous judgments endureth forever.
Endure forever, and ever, and ever, and ever, 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 and 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 ever. We're almost done here.
Read on?
Yep, keep reading on.
Okay. Verse 161. Princesses have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart standeth in awe of thy word.
This is what we go through every day. You're getting persecuted by little snot-nosed little princes with a lot of money and stuff playing politics and in high seat powers and things like that. This is what they do. But stay the course with the word. That's all you got to do. Go ahead.
162. I rejoice at thy word, as one that findeth great spoil.
As one that findeth great spoil. Talking about, yo, they went to war and stuff. Yo, we got amongst the captives. Yo, let me see what. Yo, I found this diamond, son. You know what I'm saying? Look at look at these rubies around him and stuff. Yo, what you get over there, man? I only got a sword, man. Tell you what I got. I'm gonna share with you though, brother. I got you, man. That's what he's being like. You know, this is great. This is a great spoil. Okay, that's why they're doing everything they can to change it and things, to twist it up and stuff. They hold the truth while they keep you blind at the dumb so your blessings don't come. Okay, dang, that rhymed. But anyway, go ahead.
I hate and abhor lying, but thy law do I love.
I hate and abhor lying, but thy law do I love. Dang. Yo, David on some stuff here. Okay? But go ahead, Ellie.
7 times a day do I praise thee because of thy righteous judgments. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Most High, I have hoped for thy salvation, and done thy commandments. My soul hath kept thy testimonies, and I love them exceedingly. I have kept thy precepts and thy testimonies, for all my ways are before thee. Let my cry come near before thee. O Most High, give me understanding according to thy word. Let my supplication come before thee, deliver me according to thy word. My lips shall utter praise when thou hast taught me statutes. My tongue shall speak of thy words, for all thy commandments are righteousness. Let thine hand help me, for I have chosen thy precepts. I have longed for thy salvation, O Most High, and thy law is my delight. Let my soul live, and it shall praise thee, and let thy judgment help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments.
Bam. Yo, if that didn't prick you in your little hearts and stuff, I don't know what else will. Heck, I don't even need to do a second part to this. That whole chapter basically just told you how good and how you must keep those laws, period. But as instructed by the Hamashiach, the Messiah, he said to go through the prophets as well. So we're going to end it right here, and we'll pick up. We're going to probably pick up in Ezekiel 44. Okay? But I hope you guys got some, some food from this, you got some jewels from this and everything. And I'll do my best, as well as the elders will, to keep bringing some more truth and everything, and to help everybody in their walk, including ourselves. So, once again, y'all stay blessed, stay safe out there, keep praising the Most High, keep the law, statute, commandments, and help others to do the same, all right? Love y'all, Yasha, and to the world, to those that do cleave on the Most High, you know who I'm talking about. Much love, and I'm saying Shalom, my brother Ezekiel.
Brother Chris.
Shalom, Yasha.
Shalom.